Let me share a few thoughts with you, trying to avoid the repeating things as I'm the last speaker. So let me start with a favorite topic that we have in Eurobank, which is called investments. And investments is something that we are not tired at all to describe how necessary, how essential they are for Greece. Of course, investments is something that we like to support, and we are supporting across all sectors and across all sizes of companies. Nevertheless, let me come back to investments and tell you why I think we need to stick to this topic and further analyze it. I believe the macro situation has been described in great detail by the governor of Bank of Greece. I'm not going to repeat it. But in essence, what is described for Crete is that there is a dynamic economy, a very hard working private sector with a lot of capabilities, and a focus and analogically higher proportion of impact from tourism versus the other sectors. And I'm saying that because there has been a great discussion about tourism. And I think that tourism is not only supporting the economy, but it's a function that is diffusing its impact to the society in a very efficient manner. Probably is the most impactful sector of the economy. So we need to start from tourism, and I think that as tourism is also risky, given that it's exposed to the international shocks as well as the climate change, there needs to be a three-dimensional agenda for Crete. First agenda is tourism. You need to continue supporting something that is growing, is working well. Of course, in order to continue growing well, it needs to expand, and there is a capacity to expand, and it needs to transform in order to be able to handle all the challenges of the future. And that's why investment is very important. The second angle is the society angle. And of course, all this expansion cannot happen without having in mind the impact to the society and the alignment of what local people and local communities wish. And the third dimension is expand beyond tourism, because you cannot stand only on the strong leg. You need to have some diversification in order to be less impacted by the shocks I described previously. And I'm confident, and this was mentioned also by my colleague, that Crete has all the qualities to excel in other sectors like agro and food. They can make investments in order to have value-added products. Again, the word investments. You have a manufacturing sector that is progressing. Again, you need to invest more, and so on. So having this framework, you need to balance between the aspects. And I'll come to the restructuring and resilience framework, which was an excellent tool, as Mr. Papathanasis mentioned, and I cannot repeat how significant was the support in order to boost the economy, and I was only hoping to have more funds in order to satisfy the business needs of the clients that are waiting in the queue. But using this framework, I think we have proven that investments in tourism do not exclude the other investments. You can have both, because the results of this framework is that activities like green transition and extroversions have been benefited probably more than tourism out of this program. So these are a few thoughts, and happy to discuss more.